I'm just joking. He's a good guy. He's fun. Oh, snap! I turned my head for an instant. I haven't even got the camera set up and Brian's already got a fish on. Ooh, quality fish.
Yeah, it's a nice fish.
Oh, man.
How to get these hooks out there.
Perfect eating size. Dude, you are fast. I wouldn't even consider us being here a minute because I don't consider the start time until we're actually completely set up.
Okay.
But
I just had to locate them out. Now, where you met me, I had a place up there. Oh my gosh, Kirby, they're everywhere.
Really?
They're staging, getting ready to spawn.
ooh, I see some here. Okay, let me get this mic on and we'll officially get set up and start the show. Brian Young, good job, man, good job. Okay, so let's Brian Young.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kirby Ham.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man, and thank you for bringing me to where? I don't even know where I'm at.
We're at Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma. We're at Gaines Creek.
Wait, well, time out. I know we were gonna fish Lake Eufaula, but we're experiencing some horrific wind.
Yep.
And we've driven 45 miles. We're still at Lake Eufaula?
Yep.
Oh, how big is this lake?
102,500 surface acres.
Oh my goodness. And where have you taken us again?
Gaines Creek.
Gaines
on the
Creek.
south end of the lake.
South end of the lake. So we're going to be able to duck under someplace to get out of the wind.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And still have some great Eufaula crappie because I've heard a ton about this lake.
It's a numbers lake.
A numbers lake.
Big one.
Yeah.
But the numbers are unreal.
All right. Well, hey, I like your boat. What are we dealing with here? What is this?
It's a nitro.
A nitro. Okay.
It's a 21 foot.
Very cool. That is a beautiful boat. Got it rigged, and what's our presentation today going to be?
Livescoping.
Livescoping! Oh my goodness! All right, well, we've definitely had some great livescopers in the boat, and we've had some tournament champions such as yourself.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, that's American Crappie Trail tournament that you won?
2019 National Championship.
2019 National Championship. And what lake was that on?
Sardis Lake.
Sardis.
Yep.
Wow.
Batesville, Mississippi.
What a incredible accomplishment on one of the best lakes on the planet.
Yep.
So
Yep.
well, I'm excited to get out there. We're going to try to duck out of this wind.
Yep.
And Gaines Creek.
Gaines Creek.
Brian Young, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we're on Gaines Creek. Is that correct? 1 mile short of actually being called Gaines River into Eufaula, and I'm here with Brian Young. And Brian, you're going to get us set up and locate some fish while I, set up the equipment. But before we do that, I want to take a moment and ask for prayers from everybody out there in our Fish Eat Live community for the Dodd family. Jim Dodd, as you know, is a incredible outdoorsman and a great ambassador and friend of all crappie fishermen. And him and his wife Barbara, lovely lady, were in a really tragic car accident this week. So we want everybody to send your prayers out to the Dodd family. And looks like that they're on the road to recovery, but every prayer would help. Am I right, Brian?
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
thank you. Prayers to the Dodd family. So I'm going to get set up, Brian. Uh-oh. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Close.
Oh. There he is. Nice. Oh, that's a good one, too. All right, what was the time on that? 2 minutes, 20 seconds for the actual second fish of the day. Brian Young, tournament champion Brian Young. And boy, you're making this look easy.
Hey,
How much time do you think you spent on that screen?
well, last year before that national championship, I had a client tell me that I spent 428 hours on it from March to June.
Wow.
And when you're guiding, you're taking people showing, and I'm a teacher by profession.
Yeah.
So patience and teaching people how it works. And, if you really want to learn something, you teach it to somebody different every day.
Yeah.
So
and Eufaula Boys Guide Service.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Boys Guide Service.
That's a pretty cool. And you got a website and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There's another one, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty shallow ones are usually bite.
What a treat for somebody to actually book someone who is not only a teacher but a football coach as well, that has the patience. Because not all guides are the most patient people.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
There's some characters out there.
Yeah, my brother's my tournament partner. He's not the patient one.
He's not?
So what we do is I put him on the fish. So you're set like in your seat right there. I'll say, Kirby, I'll put you on him and I'll run the trolling motor for him to catch it. But if he misses on the drop, I'm right behind him.
You're right behind him.
Yeah.
It's a little tandem cooperation.
That's right.
there.
We alternate. We usually don't get tangled up too much. We
Ooh,
fish
there's a
around
nice
each other.
one.
Yeah. They do catfish.
So tell me about that national championship. That was it a shock to you that you won? Or, I mean, I know that anybody can compete on the Crappie Trail, but
Sure.
to go to Sardis, which is a completely different lake where there's tons of locals and tons of guides.
Tons of guides.
Yeah.
It's a long lake. It was a 30-minute boat ride from one end to the other, and we were fishing on the east end of it. You know, it's got trees in it, just about mid-lake all the way to the east side. You know, Driscoll was telling me the names of the places that we were fishing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any mapping. I mean, everybody that way is Hummingbird. And we had tree lines, waypoints, and trails, and that's all I had.
Uh-huh.
But we do a deal. There's a handful of tournament guys out there in the nation that actually get out and chase them hard. So I'll have the trolling motor on 7.
Uh-huh.
And we'll be covering water until we see them. And you know, a lot of guys were fishing trees. You know, Kevin Rogers, he was leading the tournament for 2 days there, and we catch him as 5th and after day 1 and 2nd after day 2.
Uh-huh.
And he was out there fishing trees. We could see him, he could see us, but I think the difference was on the second day we had a good sack about noon, and I told Darren, I said, let's go look for a big fish and kind of pre-fish a little bit more, because we're going to need another spot on day 3. And it worked out, and we caught a lot of fish, man. I mean,
Yeah.
the wind would blow that day, the fish seemed to be on the trees, and when the wind didn't blow, they seemed to be roaming out on them shad.
I fished with Jeremy Aldridge,
Mm-hmm.
another tournament champion, and he said that Sardis is a numbers lake.
Mm-hmm.
He said that Grenada is kind of the mecca, and then he said that Arcabutla was the place where the giants live.
It is.
Is that right?
I had a buddy stop by there and fish it the other day. He had 7 crappie that weighed 21.76.
Oh my gosh, that's numbers comparative to the
Record-setting.
American Crappie Trail Tournament just this last
The
weekend.
Crappie Masters.
Yeah. Oh, that's Crappie Masters, yeah. Ooh, if that's
I don't know. I think it may
dude,
be
if that's a
catfish.
crappie,
I think it may be a catfish.
that's a hubcap. If that's a
Hubcap for sure. Oh, he's kind of acting crappie-ish. I
And
need to
it's-
see him swim though.
Yeah. All right, so football coach, pretty cool. Teacher, what grade?
High school 9th through. Well, I taught 9th for years. Now,
Yeah.
now I've got freshmen and sophomores.
Freshman,
I
sophomore?
teach Oklahoma history. I teach geography now, and I teach personal financial literacy,
Oh,
which is a fun class,
yeah.
and it's teaching me as well.
So you're learning some,
I'm learning
tricks on your money,
oh,
huh?
Absolutely.
Very
It's,
cool. I wouldn't mind a couple. I mean, if it gets slow on fishing, maybe you can give me some
Oh
pointers.
yeah, man, and I've got, you know, when you guide, you get a lot of different people on your boat. And
Oh yeah, you can
don't
overhear
think-
some
don't
conversations.
think that I don't ask those guys, because you know, you got guys that are CEOs of brokerage firms,
Yeah.
things like that. You know, absolutely.
But one of the most interesting things to me that you do is referee high school basketball. I bet that is a wild experience.
It can be.
Because they can get crazy in the stands,
Yeah,
can't
that's
they?
right. I've been doing that as long as I've been guiding and teaching.
Give me the wildest referee story
Wildest
ever.
referee story that I have, little school, Class B, small school basketball.
Yeah.
The camera guy filming the game starts yelling at my partner, and he's yelling and leaning over this balcony because it's a small gym. And it's the only time I've ever kicked anybody out of the gym.
Yeah.
And it was just, I had to go to the, they tell you, don't single anybody out, that type of deal. Go to the administration. Well, I did, and he had already made a beeline for him, and I said, he's got to go.
He's good. The cameraman.
So they get outside, and he wanted to come back in, and that principal bowed up on him. He said, I'll just whip you right here before you go in. And I was like, oh my God, whatever. So I'm glad he took care of it. But, that was a long time ago, but I remember that.
Because he was heated.
He was heated, yes.
Over high school basketball, which I understand is competitive.
It's very competitive.
Very competitive.
Very competitive.
Especially when there's rivalries involved.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Them kids go into it mad as a hornet sometimes.
And they just had the state tournament in Oklahoma here this last week.
Yeah.
You get up in your career, you start to get really good basketball. And it's really fun to call when both teams can really play.
Yeah.
It's you call the obvious and try not to get noticed and try to handle the coaches because the emotions are high and all that good stuff. Of course, I understand that because I'm a coach too. But
That looks like a crappie, huh?
Yeah, I think that's right.
It was how many people do you say, oh, I caught a 3-pound crappie? And in your mind, being as experienced as you are and I am, isn't there just immediately a little bit of doubt when you hear somebody say, I caught a 3-pound crappie?
Sure, absolutely.
Because I've never
really.
I don't think I've caught a 3-pound crappie.
Oh man, you're up there where they're at too.
Yeah.
In your backyard, man, they're huge up there. I caught mine 2 months ago.
2 months ago? Your first one?
First one.
And how many years of crappie fishing?
25.
25 years to catch a 3-pound crappie.
He was 18 inches long.
18 inches long. See, I think my biggest one so far is like 16 and a half, and I don't think there's any way it could be 3 pounds at that. Unless it was like a massive female. Oh, come on, Brian.
But the biggest fish out of my boat, my stepson caught it.
Yeah.
He wasn't 16 inches long, but 16 and 3/4 inches round.
No.
It weighed 339.
Wow. So are we talking about Diesel?
Diesel.
Diesel. Tell me about Diesel, because any kid with the name Diesel has just got to be one of the baddest kids on the planet. That's a cool name.
He's awesome. He really is.
Yeah.
And he picked up on this fishing with me, and he's really, really good now. I mean, he's 12 years old. He can back the boat trailer right now using his mirrors.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he was in the whole group of them down at Louisiana, and I asked him, do you need any help? And he goes, no, I got it. And
how old do you have to be to get your driver's license here? No.
yeah.
Diesel back in the boat down at.
Back in the boat.
Wow.
Down. So
and he's a deer hunter too, right?
He's a deer hunter. He killed his first deer. He caught his first 3-pound crappie all the same year. And we ended up getting third down in the Washita River in his first national trail tournament.
Nice.
Yeah, man. The last fish that we chased down there to Washita, we needed this, and it wasn't a 2-pound fish, but we needed the fish because we didn't have the weight we did before. But Diesel kept putting him on this fish.
Yeah.
And he would jerk too early, and the minnow would come off, and the big fish would come up meet it. He put another minnow on there, and he did it like 3 or 4 times, and that fish kept eating the minnows. And I'm sitting there going, I wonder if this is legal. He's feeding him minnows.
Yeah.
To get him to weigh more.
Ah!
I said, is that a legal thing? And then he finally caught the fish after he fed him about 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
I wonder how much a minnow weighs now.
Yeah, no kidding.
You didn't win that tournament by like 0.001 ounces, did you?
We didn't win it, but
That's a good strategy. You know, I bet there's talented enough people out there they could feed a crappie before they caught it with this Livescope. So, stepson, Diesel, wife, Tara?
Kara.
Kara, okay. How long you guys been married?
We've been married since May.
Oh, this is a new thing.
New thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been good.
Yeah. Oh, here it comes. Nicely done.
So the limits in Oklahoma are 37 per person.
37, what a strange number.
Very strange number.
Why do you think they did that, 37?
I figured one guy wanted 35 and the other one wanted 40, and they compromised.
Really?
I really don't know.
That's funny.
It's kind of weird, but
it'd be funny to hear somebody explain that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's a lot of crappie, but this is a mass numbers lake. So,
mass numbers lake, it is.
And it's probably the premier crappie lake in Oklahoma, you'd say?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep, it's the most popular.
Well, if people are catching 37 crappie, there must be a good population of people that like to eat them.
Yes.
What is your favorite recipe?
Oh, Louisiana fish fry, maybe milk and egg, dip them in milk and egg, and roll them in that Louisiana fish fry. I cut them up in chunks so they'll fry up crispier.
Yeah.
I think that when I fry fish for people, the more popular recipe that I have is my dad's hush puppy recipe.
Oh yeah? Wait, let me have a hush puppy recipe if you don't mind.
It's flour and cornmeal.
Flour, cornmeal.
Egg.
Uh-huh.
See, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder.
Okay.
Cut up half an onion, mince it, put onion in it, red bell pepper, green bell pepper.
Okay.
And a half a can of sweet cream corn.
Ooh.
Mix it all together.
Okay.
And then take a spoon and just dip it out, drop them in the grease, and then keep your spoon wet so it won't stick.
Okay.
And keep dropping them in there. And then everybody eats the hush puppy before the fish is gone. So, and if you like a little spice to it, we'll cut a little jalapeno up in there too. So that's I remember when I was a little kid, my dad cooking catfish, and he always made them. And I think he got the hush puppy recipe. I was born in Florida.
Yeah.
And my dad was a Assembly of God preacher, so we pastored down there. My dad was kind of a jack of all trades, hunting and fishing, and I mean, all of it.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of passed on to me.
So you would say he was kind of the one that got you inspired to get into fishing?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
80% of the people have it on your side.
What, really?
You've got it on...
Yeah, I fish out of my left hand. I can fish out of both.
You mean, you reel with your right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
We're rarities.
We're rarities.
Everybody teases us.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But here's the deal.
Left hand.
How'd you learn to fish with the Zebco 202, right?
Yeah,
it's on the right hand.
I know.
If you go for bass, how do you reel? Right hand.
Them guys fish out of their right hand.
So why on earth would you go against the grain when you go into a spinning reel? You know what it is? It's because the spinning reels used to come with the handles already on them on the left side.
And they couldn't change them.
People never took the time to change them. That's what I think.
Well, I did.
I'd like to know your thoughts. What's your thoughts, Fishy Liv?
I think we're right.
I think we're right too. Everybody else says we're wrong. Oh, he doesn't know how to use his pole. He's got a reel on the wrong hand. That's the kind of comments I get. I'm like, well, I seem to do okay. Should I give that one a shot?
Yeah. I think he's crappie.
You think he's a crappie? Come on back.
He's got it.
Got it.
There you go.
This crappie is for all the people that reel wrong. Nice quality fish.
Mm-hmm.
You mad at the world?
Cold day, we had to get out of the wind.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Boom. I think my most favorite thing about Livescope is being able to put it down in a place you haven't fished in a while.
Yeah.
Go fishing.
And go fishing.
And go see what's there.
Yeah.
That's great. I think we have a big misconception about how Livescope's affecting the fisheries, because I think as guides we need to post the tough days too. Quit just posting our good days.
Yeah.
Post the days where we've been snubbed by 5 or 6 fish today that wouldn't hit a hair jig, they wouldn't hit a plastic, and whatever else you threw at them.
To show people that this doesn't, Livescope doesn't just make fish jump in the boat.
Exactly right.
What it does is it eliminates you fishing dead water.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it also gives you the confidence to take on new places, so that you are buying out-of-state fishing license and you're going to new lakes. That, I mean, it actually, in a strange way, promotes the sport by giving you the confidence to go out and try different things, try different rods like what we're using today. Like I told you earlier, I'm not like a 6-foot rod guy, and here we are using these 12s, saying super sensitive, and having a blast.
Having a blast.
And creating great memories. That's what it's all about.
That's what, exactly. And, you know, you get on Google Maps, pick a lake, or pick 2 or 3 lakes, and you've never been there before. And with all the mapping chips now with the units, sometimes you get on those lakes and you've got a map of the lake.
Yeah.
If it's a major reservoir, you know you do. And get on that map, turn the Livescope on, take off, go fishing.
That's right.
That's the best part, man.
The hunt. You know, it's never the kill, it's the hunt.
It's the hunt.
The adventure, as old John Godwin said. So the name of this one series is called Fish, Eat, Survive.
Oh my goodness. Boy. Hey, it's not the fishing, it's the adventure.
Yeah, it is the adventure.
Come fishing with me, you get a story, baby.
Go ahead, what'd you say?
I said, you come fishing with me, you get a story, baby.
Yeah, you do. So it's the adventure of getting to the point where you can, you know, put a fish in a boat, and then turn the big ones loose.
We haven't kept the fish today.
No. And my belly's telling me about it, just like, yeah, we have not kept a fish today, and most importantly, if we did catch fish, if we were looking, we could actually, of course you always want to catch big fish,
sure,
but we could actually target, you know, a smaller school of fish and leave the big ones alone.
Leave the big ones alone.
That's another thing that I've done with Livescope.
My favorite size fish to eat is 10-inch fish.
Yeah, everybody says that. The smaller ones are better just because the fillet's thinner.
Yeah.
It cooks up
Easier to
crispier. Oh, man. Brian, thank you so much for taking me out today for these incredible Oklahoma crappie. That is just a tank. Big female full of eggs.
Uh-huh.
And, man, I wonder how much that would weigh.
She's probably £1.75 pounds.
£1.75 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a 3-pound crappie, everybody.
No.
But boy, that is a healthy fish, and they're just out here everywhere on Eufaula Lake with Brian Young. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
So somebody had a pretty successful day.
Yeah.
So, Brian, you want to introduce me to another celebrity fisherman?
Guide, Dylan Hackler.
Well, not just a guide, but kind of a fishing celebrity. Glad to have you on Fish Eat Live, and you guys did good today, huh?
Oh, I did complete.
You did. But Dylan, you guided these guys, right?
I did.
And
yes,
guided them to some success. Look at those slabs, 5-gallon buckets going all the way across there. Man, we had a blast out there today. So they were biting. So
Little north breezy day here in Oklahoma.
yeah. So we're over here swapping fishing stories at the boat ramp of this 99-mile creek called Gaines Creek. Is that correct?
That's right.
And I overheard you say you hold a record. What record is that?
Well, I'm gonna call it luck, but I just now broke the new all-time 2-day record. 42.84 on 14 fish there in Grenada, Mississippi.
Oh, during the tournament?
So,
How did you end up?
first place.
You won the thing?
Won the thing.
Oh my gosh! I knew that's crazy. Congratulations, man. So
306 average.
the Oklahoma boys getting it done, right?
That's right.
Yeah, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
You know, I've fished with Jeremy Aldridge, who's also won a tournament on that, Mecca. That's the place you go. That's their motto, home of the 3-pound crappie.
I'll be back just to go fun fish.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
because that tournament fishing is a little stressful, huh?
It is. It can be.
Yeah,
For sure.
but that fun fishing's a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah. Well, man, it is a pleasure to have you on Fish Eat Live, and you guys gave the thumbs up for Oklahoma crappie fishing. Am I right? So, how'd you guys do? You guys have some fun?
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys, Brian. I can't thank you enough for hosting and putting up with me. I feel like a VIP hanging out with 2 national tournament champs, and obviously somebody that loves to promote the sport of crappie fishing, because anybody else I probably would have canceled on them if I was guiding them today with the conditions and the wind and it being cold out there. So I sincerely appreciate it, man. Great day. Look up Eufaula Boys Guide Service if you want to get on there with Brian and Dylan. What's your guide service name too?
Hackler's Fishing Guide Service.
Hackler's Fishing Guide Service, and obviously a great lake with a lot of camaraderie.
We're both all over southeast Oklahoma. That's right.
Yeah, well, come on down here and catch some big ones with the Oklahoma boys. Thank you, gentlemen.
You bet. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for watching Fish Eat Live. Our mission is to demonstrate the benefits of the Fish Eat Live lifestyle. We look forward to educating, entertaining, and attracting you to the healthy lifestyle of the great outdoors. We're definitely going to have some wholesome family fun on the water every Sunday at 6 p.m. So hit that subscription and that notification bell, because we want you to come be a part of this.